Shemai friendy eye, and welcome back to my channel. My name's CaitlinAnwyn for anyone who's new here, and let's get back into Planet Zoo. And today I am retrying the Tanami Roadside Zoo, which is the Australia Pack time scenario. I got silver last time and I wasn't quite happy about it, so I thought I would have a go at it again. I really struggle talking while I concentrate on these games with the time scenarios, so I'm having a go now, technically off camera, but I wanted to share it with you. So here we go. We are in the Tanami Roadside Zoo. This one was really cool. It's really chilly at the moment, so it's nice seeing all this nice warm weather, and because I've had a go at this before, I went straight into it. I'm going to read out the objectives now because I don't think I keep them up for long, so I'll let you know what they are now. So for this time scenario, we need 8 different habitat species, which I am starting on now. We need 3 different exhibit species, and we need the average welfare above 85% for the habitat species. I'm not sure why this scenario didn't really give a shit about the exhibit species, but sure. And if you see me looking down, I've written them down because I could not see them on screen. I really need to get my eyes tested again, but you know, that global situation stopping everyone from doing things. We need to breed 5 different habitat species. Oh, I completely forgot they had those toxic waste barrels in this scenario too. Cheeky. That was bad enough in the Korea mode. I just immediately got rid of that. The habitat species I'm going for first are... We're going to go for all of the Australian ones, of course, and we're going to go for the koalas and kangaroos in this habitat. When you start in this map, unfortunately, most of the animals aren't actually taken care of too well. You have to fix the previous owner's mistakes as well as add in new animals for the scenario tasks. So no one's really happy at the moment, and one of our objectives is to get the welfare above 85%. And speaking of that, I completely lost track of what I was saying and I didn't actually finish off our objectives. So we need 1 animal to a 5-star rating, which 5-star ratings are tricky because you need them to have really good welfare for them get a better rating. This one's always confusing because it's not the gold, silver, bronze part when you buy them. It's how you look after them. Unfortunately, we have an objective for profit again. They love giving us the profit objectives. I would seriously not give a shit about money at all. As long as I don't go into debt, which I usually do anyway. I don't really care about the money in this game. I care about animals being happy and cute. So yeah, we need a 30,000 yearly profit overall, and we need a 6,000 shop profit for the year as well. And we're on to our next animal. I went through all of the Australia ones first. We'll have the dingoes in next, and they're just going next to the kangaroos. While I'm building the dingo habitat, we will continue talking about the objectives. We need at least 1,400 guests in our zoo. The more animals you have, the more guests come, and marketing sometimes helps with that too. But when you have a profit, it's hard to have marketing on the go because that's obviously a loss for your profit. It'll take your profit down, so you kind of gotta work around that. And the kangaroos are pretty happy. I just need to sort out some of their habitat. We'll have a check of the koala too. Yes, the koalas are not happy. I did not give them plants. So I don't really go through how I pick the plants and stuff. As you can see here, when you want to do plants specifically for an animal, it tells you what continent they like the plants in and what kinds of biomes they like. I use the filter to make sure that all of the plants that I can see are the ones that the koalas like. And they like quite a lot of coverage, so if you want to get your coverage up quickly, just use big old plants. And I'm still not done with the objectives. Look at me go. This is not concise in any way. This is quite chill because I'm not panicking over the bloody time limit. So we ought to have at least 1,400 guests. And then we need to improve our zoo rating up to 3.5 stars out of 5. And we also have to increase our education rating up to 2.5 stars. And I'm going on to do the exhibit species. Exhibit species is tricky because they're expensive, like super expensive. But there was an exhibit species that come with the Australia pack, the Eastern Blue-tongued Lizard. So we're adding that one in first, of course. We're going for all of the Australian species. So we're adding in some aardvarks opposite the dingoes. We're not doing this in any sort of order at all. We're just smashing it through. I'm just checking how big of a habitat and adding in all of the necessary things. Food, water, shelter if they need it, any of that. Aardvarks are good because they need quite a small habitat, and where I've put the kangaroos and the dingoes is kind of far away from the entrance, so having some extra habitats right around here will encourage some guests to come over. Even though you feel like you need to rush through things, go through the habitats one by one, so you definitely know that you're putting in the education down, like the speakers and the education boards. Put them down as you're building so you don't get confused. We just checked the objectives. We're on 7 out of 8 habitat species, 1 out of 3 exhibit species. The habitat species are on 80%, which is great. We need to get that breeding started, which is all about them being happy and having enough enrichment. I'm going for the giant Galapagos giant tortoise next. Another nice small habitat. Perfect. And I think I'm gonna skip through building this one just to get it out of the way. So for the other 2 exhibit species, I'm pretty sure I avoided the shit out of the spiders because I hate them. Even though in an Australian zoo, you can probably expect that they've got like the giant bird eaters and stuff. So we're adding in an eastern brown snake and Gila monsters for the other 2 exhibits, and I've popped them straight into the exhibits next to each other. I quite like that they're on a diagonal. That's a little bit more interesting than having it straight onto the path, and it give the guests a little bit more visibility of the animals. And the poor southern cassowaries were miserable. They sound scary as heck. But they were miserable, and that's no fun. So I feel bad because they were like kind of tucked away in the corner. I kind of forgot about them. I was just in a mad rush to get everything done, as I usually am in the time scenarios. But yeah, they were all tucked away in the corner, sad and forgotten about. It was just kind of not nice to look at. So I've given them some enrichment items because the poor birds did not have any toys. That is not nice, and they didn't have enough plant coverage either. And how cool are these shipping containers? And they're just perfect to put shops in. They're all ready to go. They're just empty. So I just popped in some shops into these containers. They didn't quite go right in the beginning, but I just popped that shop into the container and it just looks awesome. I love it. So we are just over 45 minutes into the time scenario into the challenge, and now I am doing some marketing to improve our zoo rating. And unfortunately we've got some sick animals, which is going to affect our animal rating. We don't want them to get sick, so that's no good. So I was a little bit annoyed by that. And we only have just over 1,000 guests, so we need to improve our guests too. So what I decided to do, even though I'd added in all of the habitat species, I thought I would add in a few more to try and entice guests in. So I grabbed some springboks. They're nice and cheap and easy to house because they don't need a lot of space. And they need quite cheap barriers, so that's always good. It's nice to have some cheap barriers. And we got our yearly profit! Wow! I just seen that we completed that. I didn't realise. That's just great. Because my goal for this one is, of course, gold. And that's why I did it off camera, to try and just get this done. I get one of the time scenarios to gold at least. That was my goal for this. We just need to add in the shop profit. So I've added in a few more shops down by the springboks. I just duplicated those cool shipping containers because I really like the look of that. And just having enough staff to keep track of all the animals as well, so we don't kind of go out of control with everything, and make sure everyone's healthy so we can improve the chance of us getting a 5-star animal, because that's my goal here, is profit and that 5-star animal, which is a little tricky. So we have 17 minutes left. Technically we still need to get our animal to a 5-star rating. I've been researching and giving the animal all of the money, all of the good food and stuff, and this is when I notice I have no ATMs, is it? Whoops-a-daisy. But yes, we have the shop profit now. I've added enough shops in. I feel like I'm so close to this. I just need the animal to get to a 5-star rating, and I really thought that they were super happy. I thought this would be great, and I'm just starting to panic now because I thought I got everything all sorted, all nice, ready to go, and I just needed to place that building, and we got to gold! Yay! We did all of the objectives in an hour, 1 minute and 20 seconds. I'm so proud of myself. We did it on easy, but I don't care. And I've never got a gold on a time scenario before, so I'm super proud of myself, and I wanted to share with you and share my tips and tricks into getting gold in this scenario too. So yes, we did it, we got to gold. So that's about it for this one. I'm glad I got a chance to show you that I can actually do these time scenarios. And this is kind of fun, just kind of watching it back and sharing tips and tricks. It's a lot less stressful speaking over it afterwards than trying to speak while I'm doing it. Because I'm concentrating so much. You'll have to let me know whether you like this sort of format. I'm just playing some nice Australian animals in the background like we normally have. It's nice to get some normalcy with the layout of the videos, so I always like to show you some nice animals because we didn't really do it in this one. It was all a big rush to get to gold, and I did it with time to spare. I'm so happy. You'll have to let me know whether you like this sort of format or whether you'd just rather me just play in a more relaxed setting and ignore all the other time scenarios. If you enjoy this sort of format of the video and you like me just talking over my strategy for these scenarios, let me know, and I will try and do the aquatic pack one too, because I failed miserably at that one, and I would like a little bit more joy in completing things. Like, this makes me so happy that I got to gold. We haven't got gold in a long while, and it was nice to share my tips and tricks with you as well if you're struggling to get this one to gold. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it off there. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, and if you haven't already and you would like to, it would mean a lot to me if you could subscribe and hit the bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video. I upload on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Goodbye!